Welcome to Colliers TV. This morning we have the privilege to sit in Chennai with Mr. Subba Reddy, Managing Director of Ceebros Property Development, one of the most reputed firms in real estate here in Chennai. Mr. Reddy, thank you for the time and this privilege. I'd like to start by asking about the origins of Ceebros and how you got into Ceebros. You've been one of the pioneers in property development here in Chennai. What motivated you to get into real estate? Let's start with that.
We are all from the agriculture family. I completed my education in Loyola College in 1977. Then I wanted to do something on my own apart from agriculture. Then a family friend of ours suggested, why don't you do real estate? I did not know what real estate is, how is the business. I said, you buy a land, build a house and sell. So I bought a land of 3-ground site in MRC Nagar in 77. I paid 18,000 rupees a square ground. Then I built a house. I sold it and I made a reasonable money. Then I thought this is a good line. The whole idea was I never had any passion about real estate. All I wanted is to get out of the house, start something on my own. So that's how I started this. The next project I started about 6 apartments in Nungambakam and started selling, and I developed the passion later, and I didn't want to leave the business. I continued on to this.
Nice. A lot has changed in real estate since you started.
Yes.
Real estate today, first and foremost, I should ask you, do you find it a bigger challenge for someone who's entering in real estate today versus how it was when you entered? That's the first thing. And second, it's gone through so much changes. There is now a negative perception in the industry about real estate. Do you think it's justified, number one? And number two, how can the industry look, that is the real estate industry, look at overcoming this?
I disagree with this. It has not become very difficult to do this business. Always business have got all the challenges, and you just asked me a question that there is a negative sentiment about real estate. In any business, there will be downturn. Maybe this time it is for longer time, the recession is continuing. But I don't think it will continue for long. It's not forever. So, having that kind of mindset on real estate is not correct.
And negative perception.
Negative perception is not correct. Real estate is one business, it will continue forever. And real estate, the property development is the fantastic business as long as you are clear in your mind how much you can build, what is your capacity, how well you can satisfy your purchasers. These 3 points, if you really maintain, I don't think there is any difficulty in doing this business, and for me I don't think it's very difficult at all.
Great. So that will be a lot of encouragement for a lot of people who want to get into this industry. However, there are definitely customers out there who are struggling with projects that are delayed, and those make the news, unfortunately. What would be your advice to developers to overcome those kind of challenges? Because Ceebros stands out as a brand that the customers know stands for its promise. So what would be your advice to developers to build such a brand?
The question you are asking is a developer started the project,
Yeah.
not able to complete,
Yeah. And that's creating negative
negative
perception with the
perception
customer.
with the customer. Now, imagine you started about 100 apartments. You have sold 50 apartments and the other 50 you are unable to sell. So the project gets delayed or the developer stops investing money to complete the project because of various reasons. To get out of the situation, we have to work hard, see that you are completing the project on time. In the process, when the market is bad, you may lose some money. You lose. You be prepared to lose. When you prepare to lose some money by borrowing or by selling to a lesser price or various things, your prime concern is to complete the project, give the confidence to the buyers. And don't put the buyers who are already bought from you into, by not completing, they are the losers. That creates negative publicity.
Yes.
People will start thinking twice to come to you. So somewhere we have to be very brave enough to take the loss and complete the projects.
So for me, the key takeaway in that, sir, is something that I don't hear very often, which is if you lose money, you have to bite the bullet. And you need to be prepared to lose that money.
Yes.
And safeguard your customers. Yes. I think that's golden nuggets. So thank you for that. Because the perception mostly we get in the industry is real estate is one industry where you shouldn't be losing money. You know, both customers and those in the industry believe that this is evergreen business that you will never lose money in. So that is different from what we have heard. So appreciate that. I want to ask a question about the customers. Right? What do customers appreciate so much about Ceebros? Why is Ceebros such a big brand in the customer's mind? What have you done to cultivate that? And that would be also as advice to a lot of other people who want to do the same.
First, you should understand whether it is the right location you are building, what pricing you can have on that particular location, what size of apartments will sell a particular location. All these 3 points are the important things before you decide. We are very pricing wise. I always feel you should have the right price, right location, right specifications of building, and timely delivery. These are the things. After handing over the building, there will be some problems, not intentionally done. You go back to them and rectify as early as possible. After 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, time is not the essence here. If you are able to do that, which I do, there is no difficulty in selling apartments in Chennai. The success comes when you are selling second generation. I sold for third generation also.
Wow.
So if you sell your apartments to only investors who want to block your apartment at a particular price and sell after the project is complete, then there is no contact between you and your own buyer. Whereas here, they can always call me at any point of time. Any buyer who buys apartment, they meet me. Irrespective, I am doing 300 apartments in one block or 10 apartments I do. That confidence I have created, and that is the reason we are doing very successfully well.
So from that I take away, the fundamentals of the business, the pricing, the location.
Pricing, location, specification, and how you interact with your mostly.
I want to take on that point. You really touched on after sales service, and I could see that you actually go way beyond 1, 2, even 5 years you mentioned. So that definitely is a key takeaway. And the last point you mentioned, a personal touch in your service delivery, that they can reach out to you because it is one of the most expensive decisions that they are making. It's probably the most expensive decision anyone makes when buying their own house. So that's again good advice from your side. I would like to take this discussion a little personal right now, more in terms of advice that you can give people who want to be as successful as you. So number one, I'd like to understand how you organize your day. You're building a huge bouquet of houses and projects in and around Chennai. That is not an easy task. How do you organize your day? What do you come in the morning, and how do you organize your day to ensure that you're able to be productive and highly successful as you are?
First and foremost thing, one should know how much you can do business. What is our capacity? I can do 2 buildings, I can do 10 apartments, or I can do 100 apartments. So once you know your limitations, then it's very easy for you to do or to complete the project on time. So once you know that what you are doing, how much you can do, there is no difficulty in completing those projects. For example, if I think that I can do only about say 10 lakh square feet a year, I will not take more than that.
And just to take you to how it works on a day-to-day basis, do you spend more time in the designing, on the execution? How do you divide your time to ensure the execution happens? Because that is rare also, to ensure the level of execution that you do. Do you divide your time between these?
We divide our time, once the process designing is over, execution, we monitor every day and see on the set day the building is handed over. For example, I just completed one project on Monteith Road called Atlantic.
That's right.
Way back about 2 years ago, when I advertised, I put a date, December 30th, handing over, and 2015, December 30th, 2015 will be handed over. We handed over 1 month before.
Congratulations.
So, how you plan? What is your commitment on completing that project? So, I don't deviate from the time I have given. I will not take more projects. My capacity, I know what I can complete. Whether you don't sell or sell, you have to complete.
Great. From that, the key takeaway I take is capacity. Know your capacity so that you can plan your day, and plan in such a way that you do not compromise on what you promise to your customer. Right? I think that's the most important key takeaway I take from there. My last question is about the future for Ceebros. You've climbed very high heights in Chennai with Ceebros. What do you see as the next frontier for Ceebros? Where do you intend to take it next?
I'll continue at the same pace. And next, my daughter is also getting into the business. She has done the master's in architecture, and she also has got a passion to do this business. I asked her whether you have passion or you want to make money. They said I have passion. Then it's a right business, start. If only money, this will not last long.
In that is a nugget that I hope you've got. It is not only about making money. This is a business you need to have passion in and deliver to your customers' requirement as well as the promises you've made to your customer. Thank you very much, sir. That was very insightful, and I'm sure our viewers also have gained a lot through having heard what you had to say. We would like to wish you and Ceebros all the very best as you go forward in your journey, and wish you that you will climb many more heights here in Chennai and hopefully even out of Chennai. Wishing you all the best, sir.
Thank you.